bringing you the final 3 hotels that I've discovered in the Toronto area, housing Syrian refugees in late 2015 and early 2016. I'm naming names because the hotels and the federal government, they aren't going to give you this information so you can make the right decision for your family. In late 2015 and early 2016, Canadian hotels began housing wave after wave of Syrian refugees to meet an arbitrarily imposed Trudeau refugee quota. Mayhem in the hotels ensued as cultures clashed. Bibles were destroyed, fires were started, children were dangerously neglected, hotel staff were sexually harassed, Sharia swim times were imposed. It was utter chaos. Now you can see all of our investigative reports into the destruction in the hotels at refugeeinvestigation.com. But people wanted to know the names of the hotels involved in the Syrian refugee resettlement program. It took a little while, but I finally got my hands on the names of 10 hotels in Ontario. Let me quickly list for you the 8 hotels that I've already named as part of those revealed in unredacted federal government access to information documents. First, we have the London Executive Suites, now known as the London Extended Stay Hotel, the Holiday Inn Express in London, the Econo Lodge in London, the Windsor Travel Lodge, now known as the Holiday Inn Express Windsor, the Toronto Plaza Hotel, the Studio 6 Hotel in Toronto, the Kitchener-Howard Johnson, and lastly, the Ottawa Travel Lodge. Now, today, I have 3 more names of hotels for you. 2 of these hotels are part of the 10 that I discovered in federal government access to information documents. And the 3rd hotel, bringing us to a total of 11 hotels in all, was discovered while I was just poking around at other things on TripAdvisor. The first hotel that I'm going to tell you about is the Chinatown Super 8 Hotel in Toronto. Ed G243 writes, "Your hotel had several Syrian families there, numerous children running and yelling through the lobby. My wife has a bad hip and was unable to sit because your Syrian guests found the need to use your lobby as a playground." A guest from France writes, "A nightmare. We spent 3 days in this hotel. Okay, it was near everything, but at least 30 migrants live there." Judy from Brampton writes, "Put on the first floor with many Syrian families all around us. Children were running up and down the halls, slamming doors, and shouting back and forth." The next hotel on my list you may already know about. It's the Toronto Radisson East. Now, as you recall, that's the hotel that was exposed by Sue Ann Levy of the Toronto Sun as one that is currently holding illegal migrants who are self-deporting from the United States. But back in 2016 and 2015, it was also housing Syrian refugees. That's also the hotel we can confirm TripAdvisor is no longer taking reviews on because it has been exposed as a Syrian refugee and migrant hostel. A tipster sent us an email about how their review through TripAdvisor was rejected. We know that TripAdvisor is censoring those reviews. In fact, they've posted it right on the TripAdvisor page for that hotel. Due to recent events that has attracted media attention and caused an influx of review submissions that do not describe a first-hand experience, we have temporarily suspended publishing new reviews for this listing. If you have a first-hand experience at this property, please check back soon and we will look forward to receiving your review. So instead of finding a way to weed out all those fake reviews from the real ones, TripAdvisor has just decided that you're on your own when it comes to the Radisson Toronto East. I feel like that's a bit of a cop-out, but at least now you know the name of this hotel. And the very last hotel that I can tell you about today is a bonus hotel. I discovered it as I was wading through TripAdvisor looking for other reviews on other hotels. This hotel did not show up in my access to information documents, but according to the TripAdvisor reviews, it has been used to house refugees, and based on the timeline for some of the newer reviews, it's also housing the latest influx of illegal migrants crossing the border into Canada. And that hotel is the Quality Hotel and Suites, Airport East in Toronto. A customer from St. Paul's Station, Ontario says the front of the hotel and the lobby was packed with Syrian refugees standing outside in droves, children running everywhere, and very loud. This review from a guest from Nanaimo reads, I got a real third world experience. Kids running around 24/7, no exercise room because it has been converted into a welcoming room for the immigrants. So there you have it. All 10 hotels that I know about, plus an extra one that I just discovered. I've reached out to every single hotel except one to find out what the policy is about informing customers that the hotel is a de facto refugee camp when they're booking or checking in. I've heard back from exactly none of the hotels yet. And if they ever do get back to me with that information, I promise I'll let you know. Again, I need to reiterate that some of these bad reviews can be fake, but they are supported in the access to information documents that we've received and published already. But also beware, the good reviews can be fake too. We know that good reviews have been faked by the federal government for some of these hotels. At The Rebel, I plan to stay on this story, filing more access to information requests. I want to know what other hotels were warehousing the Syrian refugees and what other hotels are currently housing some 34,000 illegal migrants today. I want to know how much money these hotels were making from the federal government to do this while not disclosing the migrants to their paying customers. If the Canadian government has completely abdicated their responsibility to protect Canadian consumers, and if the hotels have completely abdicated their responsibility to be transparent with their guests, then I will make it my job to make sure Canadian consumers have all the information that they need to make an informed decision about where to spend their family's vacation dollars. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. To help support our independent journalists and to help me cover the cost of getting access to these access to information documents, you can donate today at rebelinvestigates.com.